Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Haxenhunt. Today's episode we are going to be comparing cheap versus expensive compound bow archery sights. So we've got the cheapest, the medium, and the most expensive sights here. So we're going to go over the differences and why you should save money versus spend money. And if you guys want to see the differences of these three sights, then go ahead and stay tuned. Thanks, guys, for coming into another video. So I'm really excited to go over these three different sights I've got here. This first sight, this is the cheapest sight. This actually came with this bow. This bow came as a package deal. So I'll just kind of go over this sight. So this is actually a decent, nice, cheap one that comes with the bow, basically. So it is made of cast aluminum, and then the housing is cast aluminum as well. So it's, I mean, that thing's solid. It's not plastic. It's not going to break on you. It did come with a light as well. The battery is dead. This thing's pretty old. It's a black light, so it makes those pins shine really, really bright. So it's a 4-pin fixed pin sight. So you have, typically people will set it up, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Oh, sorry, it is a 5-pin, but two of them are so close together. So it's a 5-pin. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, but I have it attached to this 40-pound bow, and you can't shoot past like 50 yards accurately, so I don't use the 60-yard pin. Does come with the level bubble on there as well, so that way you are able to know if your bow is straight up and down. So there are cheaper sights. Some are just made of plastic with plastic pins and everything. This one is all cast aluminum. So that's really nice because then it's not going to break. The pins aren't going to be crushing into the plastic and causing a circular indent on where you set that, and then it makes it harder to fine adjust those pins. So it's really nice to have an aluminum body or metal or whatever. So here, this is my medium expensive sight. So that other sight, it's probably going to cost you 30 bucks if you just find one online. This one costed me about, I think it was 75 or 80 bucks. I really like this sight. This was before they really had the slider sights. So this actually has 8 pins, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is made by True Glow. 8-pin sight. It's got the fiber optics going all the way around the housing there. And this is as well some kind of composite. I don't think it's cast aluminum. It very well could be, just with kind of a matte finish on it, with the camo pattern. It also had a light. I think it's dead as well. Yeah. So right here, you would just switch this light on and off, and that's gonna go through the fiber optics and then go into the pins itself there and make those glow pretty bright. The cool part about this one is it's actually a toolless adjusting sight. So you would just be able to undo it there. So that just this let's go up here. So this part just loosens it, and then you're going to be able to crank this click by click, kind of like a fine adjusting, not quite micro tuning the pins, but very close to it. And then where the pins are going in, it actually has a brass insert railing to where those pins are able to clamp on that railing, so you're not, like I said with that other one, compressing any plastic. Because if you do have, unless you've done it, I wish I had my cheaper sight. I used to have a super cheap sight, but unless you've done it, it's kind of hard to explain, where it's plastic, the pin goes through here and then, bolts on. And when you bolt that, it compresses that plastic into a circle, which then makes it hard that once you've tightened that down and you're like, oh, I need to move my sight or my pin up, when you undo it, you have that circle, and then there's like a lip, you try to move it up, and it just kind of makes your pins wobbly. I'd always have crooked pins and everything. So I don't know if they even make plastic sights anymore just because of that. I'm sure they do. But yeah, I would try to steer away from those plastic ones. Try to find something metal. That way you guys are able to actually sight it in accurately. So that one was my True Glow. This one here is my Black Gold Verdict. It's a custom adjusted sight. Typically they don't sell the 5 micro adjust pins, so I got a 5 pin here, and these are the .15 or 0.19, no, 0.15 I believe, sight or pin sizes, so they're really small, and these pins are super solid. I think they hold like 35 or 40 pounds. So those pins are not gonna break. It's almost like, let's see if I can see if you guys can kind of see that. So you see it's not like a thin piece of metal here. It's like a disc shape almost. It's kind of flat. I don't know, just makes it a lot stronger. And then you kind of have that high vis circular outside there, so that way you're able to see, you know, your circle of the sight. It's as well as a slider pin sight. So I'll show you guys here, for those of you guys don't know what a slider pin sight is. So right now it's set at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. No, that is a lie. It's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 are my 5 fixed pin sights there. So right now that's what it would shoot at. But right here, if you guys look closely, make that focus. So there's this little pin. So that pin is pointing right there at 70 yards. So that's going to be, that bottom pin is set at 70 yards. So if I undo this, I'm able to scroll this down to where that bottom pin's now 90 yards, 100 yards, 110 yards, 120 yards, and all the way down to basically as far down as your bow will let you before the arrow hits the sight. Furthest I can drop this is about 155 yards, which is looking right there before my fletchings begin to hit the bottom of the housing. And this one is all machined aluminum, so it's very solid, not gonna bend, not gonna break. Very good. I mean, I've beat the crap out of this thing. This hooks on to my Hoyt RX1, and actually it's a dovetail, so just slides in, and then you just screw up this Allen, and then that'll tighten it down for you. And I did add this 6-inch dovetail, and that's an extra 75 bucks. I wanted the extra distance and be able to adjust it to exactly what size peep I have for my housing, and that brings it out almost all the way, but not quite. So this one is, without the dovetail, with just the regular mounting, I think it was $450, $430, $450, and then with that it's going to add 100 bucks, and so it was about, I'll just say 530 bucks, 520 bucks for this. And another cool feature is this clear plastic that you guys see here. In the sunlight, when you have the solar rays hit that and it's bright outside, so you have all the fiber optics curled up inside this plastic, and if it's too bright outside, it's going to cause those pins to be super duper bright. So what it actually does, I wish I had a UV light. What it will actually do is it'll turn this purple to kind of shade it, kind of shadow it, so those pins aren't just blaring and kind of glare in a weird funky shape. So that's really cool part about this sight. I've really enjoyed this sight. I honestly wouldn't really change it. My wife has the same sight, except she has a 3-pin sight. Yeah, her bow's, it's all hooked up to her bow. But yeah, it's a 3-pin, so you're gonna have a little bit of more open housing in there, so that way you can kind of see, and your view is gonna be a little bit better. I didn't realize how much of a difference that made with just a 3-pin or even just a 1-pin sight. I've always just tried to get as many pins as possible, just because I want that, you know, adjustability in, you know, drawing back on a deer and he's 20 yards and then all of a sudden he runs out and he's 70 yards, and I don't even have to range, you know, lots and lots of practice just being able to guess, if not having somebody there to range. You know, drop back 70 yards, put that pin on it without having to adjust my sight, and still be able to have a good accurate shot. But yeah, that kind of concludes the video about the 3 different sights here, between cheap, medium, and expensive. Obviously they can get a little bit more expensive, and then they can go down to anywhere from $5 at Walmart with like the Allen sight. I'm pretty sure they have. I'd be interested to buy that, try it, and shoot it. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. I really do appreciate the support. I've gotten so much support and love on my channel with like so many positive comments, and it's just been blowing up lately, and it just makes me feel really good inside. And honestly, I just really appreciate each and every one of you guys. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I've been posting a ton of different videos, mostly about bows against other bows, and then I do cheap versus expensive accessories or bows or different things. I want to, you know, put together a series of that in so many different aspects. So yeah, so if you guys want to keep following along, do that. If you guys have any requests of something that you want to have something that wants to go up against something, comment down below. I write every comment down on a piece of paper on what people want to see, and every time people say it multiple times, then I usually hit it up and give it a shot. So I'd like to get some more sights and compare different types of sights, as well as bows and rests and stabilizers, just on and on and on. So I just want to say thank you guys again for all the support, and we will see you guys next time.